Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany Matthews, and today I will be sharing my cultural immersion experience. I was given the opportunity to interview a young lady of Italian culture, Italian descent. Um, I spent quite a good amount of time with her and her family and my cultural plunge. It was very interesting, so I'll be sharing that as well a little later. Um, when I asked the individual about her membership and how important it is and what in particular is most important, she advised me that just knowing, well, basically, it's her culture is very important because it's her culture, it's who she is, it's all she knows, it defines who she is. As far as important aspects, it's very important for her to know that one day she can go home, knowing that she will always have a place to call home. Is a very is a particular or is important to her. When I asked about the source of pride or positive dimension of being from that culture, she explained to me that she appreciates the freedom of being in Italy, the way that the government affairs are handled, and how citizens' input is considered. Um, she advised me that it's not like how it is here in America where you have to have a voter registration card and you have to meet certain guidelines or criteria in order to be able to vote. It's more free spirited. If you would like to um, voice your opinion, it's open to discuss that. As far as her membership affecting her social life and career, as far as her social life, she said it's been wonderful. People are very interested in her, her culture and her background and where she's from. So it has actually enhanced her social life. As far as a career, she said it has been kind of a hindrance due to the fact that she has a language barrier. English was a second language for her, and this has hindered her, as well as the fact that she has a green card. She's a legal alien. When she first came here, she did not know that if she kept her Italian citizenship, that she would have to be a legal alien the entire time that she's here. Um, she advised that if she was better educated when she first came, that she would have chosen to be considered a full um, citizen of the United States, but she wasn't. So now she has to have the green card, and she's considered an alien. So it's kind of been a hindrance for her. As far as the housing and geographical location, she advised that she moved here because of military. She married a guy who was in the military, and he was stationed over in Italy for 3 years. During that 3 years, she got married. They had two kids. So when they moved to the States, they were living pretty much in military housing. So as far as the area hasn't um, she's pretty much liked the fact that she was able to live in military housing and being um, a part of that. Her cultural is affected by her race. When I asked about issues that influence her, she advised me that her culture affected her race wise, that she left partially on how society viewed and treated different races versus in the United States where it's kind of an equal opportunity. She advised that over in Italy, because the guy who she was dating and who she married, he was of African American. So her family was pretty much her only support system there. The other people kind of looked down on her and felt a different way about her because she was involved in this African American guy. She also advised that family input is huge. It is a huge influence on marriage partners due to their culture. She didn't like that even as a young child, but it was a part of her culture. How involved the family is with your marriage and your relationships. Mm. When I asked her what would she like a human service professional to know about groups, um, and about her particular group and members, she stated that Italians and other country citizens are not the ones who bring communicable diseases to the United States. I kind of smiled or smirked when she said it, and she gave me this look like. So it was very different. It was, I didn't mean any harm by it, but growing up, I kind of heard that as well, that people from different places, but that was just kind of pure ignorance. So she just did not like the fact that pure ignorance on my behalf, listening to the different stereotypes. She believes that there's a misconception that if you're not from this country that you're not getting sufficient health care. She said it's not true because over in Italy, whether you have insurance or not, you're still treated the same. It's no difference because a person has or does not have insurance. Um, I did ask her about her asked her about what does she miss about where she's from, and she advised me that she misses her family and the different people, her friends, and a sense of full freedom of speech without um, penalty or scrutiny. Demographic aspects, foods, and the fresh market. So she misses being home. Um, I did ask her how was America different, or how would she consider America being different, and she told me about the different health care and the things that they say don't do. They promise and don't deliver. It seems as though people in society are, um, she said it kind of like minute resolutions, problems, nothing is actually ever resolved. Um, and compare and contrast with some of the things that I read about the different stereotypes. One thing that came to my mind was the fact that most Italians are Catholic. She did advise me that that's very true. That like 85% of the people over in Italy are Catholic. Um, the fact that I read that Northerners are more wealthier than Southerners. She agreed with that as well. She states that the more Southern you are, the less fortunate, the more poverty that there is. As far as being a comment on any aspect of oppression, she was saying that being female and being Italian, because when she first came over here and that the Americans seen her with the black man, they didn't take too well to that. She didn't speak English, so she had a lot of barriers there. And then once she got divorced, it was like she was on her own, um, because she would go places and people wouldn't help her. She just felt really kind of depressed and sad about that. Okay, the factors. If counseling this individual, what would I keep in mind? I would keep in mind the fact that this person is away from home. This person has a language barrier. I would, find out what the religious beliefs are. I would try to um, discuss their concerns, their feelings, ways that we can together help with the common goal that it is that we're trying to reach. Knowledge that I gained about this experience was that you can't believe everything that you hear. When you think of Italians, I think of the mob, and I think of um, just like foods like spaghetti, and not really the fact of, how she told me how caring they were and how they would be there for each other. And like in America, if we were to see someone getting put out, if somebody didn't have food to eat, there's a lot of people over here that are homeless and that don't have things. She said over in Italy, everybody just goes out of their way to help out, and it kind of reminded me of the Mexican the movie that we watched about Mexico, and how the kids were just walking around, and the people will offer them food and just randomly fed them. You don't really run into that too much here in the United States. So that was um, my attitudes towards Italians, I definitely have a different level of respect for them. Um, and I was impacted greatly because I learned a lot of information. There's a time restraint on how on this project, but I learned a lot from this individual, and she was very welcoming, and she was very warm. She invited me into her house, and that's when I went through my cultural plunge. She made a dish. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the dish right, but it's called taila. Taila. It was like a dish that had rice and potatoes and mussels in it. It was very different, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to eat this, but I watched her cook it. She invited me into her home. This is somebody that I don't know from Adam and Eve. I was introduced to her from someone else, so I very much enjoyed the experience. I learned a lot. My attitudes towards Italians and people overall. This class has broadened my aspects. My what I've learned in this class has shown me that a lot of the stereotypes and things that you hear about different cultures aren't really true. And as Americans, I think that we're kind of selfish because and ungrateful because a lot of the other countries they would pretty much do anything to be over here and to have the resources and the things that we have here, and it seems like we're just never satisfied. We're fighting over oil, we're fighting, just the little things. And I just this class and this experience has really opened my eyes as far as um, how grateful and how thankful that I am to be United States citizen. All right, thank you.